Here's your latest African news. Africa-wide, Britain's non-recognition of Africa-administered vaccines regrettable, AU. The African Union's top health official called Britain's lack of recognition for coronavirus vaccines administered in Africa regrettable, saying on Thursday it sends a confusing public health message. England announced last week that it would expand the list of countries from which it recognizes vaccines, adding 17 others beyond the initial list of the United States and Europe. None of those countries are in Africa. The British government sets coronavirus policies for England, while Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland are in charge of their own rules. The British High Commission in Kenya said in a joint statement with the Kenyan Health Ministry on Tuesday that it takes time to set up a system to recognize vaccine certificates for international travel. Richard Mihigo, a World Health Organization official, echoed this, saying the issue is fundamentally about certificates. Kenya government dampens speculation about Asian visitors. Kenya's government spokesperson Cyrus Oguna says groups of foreigners who many said had come from Asia and had been spotted in residential areas in Nairobi were tourists. Mr. Oguna spoke after days of speculation on local media over the noticeably increased presence in parts of the capital of visitors from Asian countries. The Interior Ministry stated that the travelers were Pakistanis on transit to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has put several Asian countries on its red list designed to prevent the spread of coronavirus. People have been sharing photos and videos of the visitors arriving at Kenya's main airport and in residential areas. Some have been wondering whether the country had taken in any refugees or is being used as a quarantine center. Algeria to start producing Sinovac Covid jabs. Algeria will on Wednesday begin producing Chinese-developed Sinovac vaccines for its own use and export to other African countries. The product will be done in partnership with China and state pharmaceutical products company Sidal. The country plans to produce 1 million doses in October, 2 million in November, and 3 million in December. The goal is to produce 5 million doses per month starting from January 2022. The government plans to vaccinate 70% of the country's 45 million people. Algeria also plans to start producing Russia's Sputnik V vaccine by the end of this year. North Africa. France slashes visa for Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia in migrant row. Paris will sharply reduce the number of visas granted to people from Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia, accusing the former French colonies of not doing enough to allow illegal immigrants to return, a government spokesman said Tuesday. The station first reported the visa clampdown early Tuesday, saying President Emmanuel Macron took the decision a month ago after failed diplomatic efforts with the three North African countries. Immigration is shaping up to be a key issue in next year's French presidential election, when Macron is widely expected to face off again against the far-right leader Marine Le Pen. When visa requests are denied, French authorities must still secure a consular pass in order to forcibly expel individuals to their home countries, a document that Paris says Algiers, Rabat, and Tunis are refusing to provide. For the next 6 months, Macron has capped visas for Algerians at 31,500, the report said. Chad. Nigerian airstrike kills civilians near Lake Chad. A number of civilians have been killed by a Nigerian airstrike targeting suspected jihadists near Lake Chad, which straddles northeast Nigeria and 3 neighboring countries. The incident comes less than 2 weeks after another airstrike on a village that killed civilians in Nigeria's northeast, where the military is fighting an Islamic insurgents. Details are still emerging from the area of Kwantan Daban Masara, where the strike happened on Sunday morning. It's not clear how many civilians were killed in the strike or whether they were affiliated with the Islamic State West African Province militia group, which runs the area. In an intelligence report saying the Nigerian Air Force claimed that only 1 fisherman died and 6 others were wounded, the armed forces are yet to release an official statement on the incident. The Islamic State West African Province recently allowed fishing in Lake Chad in exchange for a fee, but authorities say they've banned fishing there to prevent financing of terror activities. Uganda. Ugandan opposition stage walkout over detained MPs. Opposition MPs in Uganda have walked out of parliament after the Prime Minister and Attorney General failed to give a satisfactory answer over the whereabouts of 2 legislators, Mohamed Siriganya and Alan Sewanyana, both members of Bobi Wine's National Unity Platform party, were recently released on bail after being charged with murder relating to attacks in the country's central region, but they were detained immediately after leaving prison. Police say he now faces fresh charges of treason and incitement to violence. Mr. Sewanyana was detained under similar circumstances 5 days ago. Both were first arrested in early September. The Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Olanya, asked the government to explain the circumstances under which the two opposition MPs were rearrested. Prime Minister Robina Nabanya told Parliament that Mr. Sewanyana had already been interrogated, while Mr. Siriganya will be questioned in his lawyer's presence soon. Ethiopia to close embassies in Egypt over financial strain. Ethiopia has decided to close its embassies in Egypt, and due to financial constraints, which have been worsened by a long conflict in the Tigray region, Ethiopian ambassador to Egypt Marcos Tekle announced that the embassy in Cairo will be closed temporarily as of October. The embassy said the decision has nothing to do with the long-standing dispute Ethiopia has had with Egypt and Sudan over the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. In July, Ethiopia filled the controversial dam for the second time, despite Egyptian and Sudan's warnings against this before the three countries reached a final deal. Thanks for watching. Visit our YouTube channel Tunacheki to watch our daily news reports and our website tunacheki.tv for all the latest news updates. Also, don't forget to catch our new show Startup Africa every Thursday on our channel. You can directly support this new series by becoming our YouTube member or becoming a Patreon. And remember, Africa is watching.